Most people are told the same thing when they start investing. Just buy index funds. Simple, safe, proven. But there's one question nobody really answers. How much of your money should actually be in them? Is it 50%, 80%, 100%? Because the truth is, getting this wrong doesn't just affect your returns, it affects your entire financial future. Imagine this. You finally decide to take investing seriously. You've watched the videos, read the advice, and everything points to one conclusion. Index funds are the smartest way to build wealth. So you think, why not just go all in? No stress, no stock picking, no guessing, just steady growth. But then you hear someone say, putting 100% in index funds is actually risky. Now you're confused, because how can something be called safe and risky at the same time? And this is where most people get stuck, not because they're lazy, but because nobody explains the full picture. Let's start with what most people believe. There's a popular idea in investing. Buy index funds, hold them forever, don't overthink it. And to be fair, this advice works. Index funds give you exposure to hundreds of companies. They reduce risk compared to picking individual stocks, and historically, they've delivered strong long-term returns. So, naturally, people simplify it into one rule. The more index funds you own, the better. Some even take it to the extreme, 100% index funds. No bonds, no cash, no alternatives. And for a while, this feels right. Clean, efficient, almost perfect. But there's something missing from this advice. Something subtle, but incredibly important. The truth is, there is no perfect percentage, because your portfolio isn't just about money. It's about you, your life, your fears, your timeline. And once you understand this, everything changes. If you're young, you have something incredibly valuable: time. Time to recover from market crashes, time to let compounding do its work. In that case, a higher percentage in index funds might make sense, because short-term volatility doesn't matter as much. But if you're closer to retirement, the equation changes. You don't just need growth, you need stability. And suddenly, 100% index funds doesn't feel so safe anymore. Two people can have the exact same portfolio and feel completely different. One sleeps peacefully during a market crash. The other checks their portfolio every hour. Same numbers, different emotions. And here's the problem. If your portfolio stresses you out, you're more likely to make bad decisions, panic selling, timing the market, second-guessing everything. So the best percentage isn't the one with the highest return, it's the one you can stick with. Ask yourself this: what is this money actually for? Is it retirement in 30 years? Buying a house in 5? Financial independence as soon as possible? Because each goal changes the answer. Long-term goals, more index funds make sense. Short-term goals, you need more stability. And yet, most people skip this step entirely. They copy someone else's strategy without understanding their own situation. Here's the part most people don't expect. Index funds are often called safe, but they're not safe in the way people think. They're diversified, but they are still tied to the market, and the market can fall hard. If your entire portfolio is in index funds, you are fully exposed to those drops. So the real question becomes not, are index funds safe, but am I prepared for what happens when they're not? So, instead of chasing one perfect number, think in ranges, not rules. Around 40 to 60% in index funds, the rest in safer assets like bonds or cash, lower growth but more stability. around 60 to 80%. This is where most people feel comfortable, growth with some protection. 80 to 100% in index funds, higher potential returns, but also higher emotional and financial volatility. And here's the key idea. None of these are wrong. They're just different reflections of different people. So, how much of your portfolio should be in index funds? The honest answer is enough that you can grow your money, but not so much that you lose peace of mind. Because investing isn't just about maximizing returns. It's about building a system you can live with for years, for decades, without fear, without doubt, without constantly wondering if you're doing it wrong. And if you're still figuring it out, that's okay. You're not behind, you're not late, you're just learning how to make better decisions. And that is what actually builds wealth. Smart investing isn't about finding the perfect percentage. It's about understanding yourself.